Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
Just 2 days before he was set to visit Israel, Vice President Mike Pence's trip has once again been put on hold. The White House has confirmed Pence's trip has been delayed to mid-January so that the Vice President can be in Washington to help oversee Congress's new tax reform law. Many are speculating, however, that the delay is a response to the massive unrest seen throughout the region in the wake of President Trump's bombshell recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. That announcement caused top Palestinian officials, Muslims, and Christian leaders to cancel their scheduled meetings with Pence during his visit. Violent protests also continue to rage throughout the West Bank and Egypt, where Pence had planned to push Trump's mission for a Middle East peace deal. The Palestinians have officially stated that they no longer see the United States as any kind of impartial broker of peace with Israel, which means that even when Pence does come to visit in mid-January, it's unclear if any of these talks will be back on the table. A horrific tragedy has just struck a Jewish family in Brooklyn. A mother and 3 children have been killed in a fire that broke out in their home in the middle of the night. Local fire authorities confirmed the fatal blaze was sparked by the family's Hanukkah menorah, which they'd lit to celebrate the 6th night of Hanukkah. Mother Aliza Allen, 11-year-old Moshe, 7-year-old Yitzchak, and 3-year-old Henrietta have all tragically perished in the flames. Aliza's husband was able to save 2 of their children from the fire, though they all remain in critical condition at this time. Local firefighters were on the scene within 2.5 minutes of the 911 call, but by that time the flames had already engulfed a major portion of the home. Unfortunately, accidents like this are common during the holidays, with candles and overloaded power strips a common cause. So no matter how you choose to celebrate this holiday season, please keep caution and safety in mind. The Israeli security forces conducted an arrest last night of a Palestinian teen filmed attacking and harassing soldiers stationed in the West Bank. By the looks of her actions in the video, where she yells at, obstructs, and even slaps a soldier across the face, 17-year-old Ahed Tamimi appears to be trying to elicit a violent response from the soldiers. The soldiers, however, only blocked themselves from harsher attacks, but did not respond. During the arrest, Israeli forces reportedly seized cell phones, laptops, and cameras from the teen's home as well. Prior to full investigations, army officials stated that the soldiers in the video could have arrested the girls any moment as soon as they, quote, used physical violence and prevented soldiers from carrying out their duties, end quote, but that they chose not to, and instead acting, quote, professionally and were not dragged into violence, end quote. 2 Israeli soldiers have also just been arrested in connection to a series of on-base assaults on a Druze soldier. The victim was taken to the hospital again last week, but only after being terribly beaten. He suffered from a broken nose, cuts to his head and face, and repeated kicks and punches to the body. He even lost consciousness. As if that isn't bad enough, this is at least the 2nd time he received brutal treatment from his peers, and apparently after the first time, he was held by his base commander for 4 hours before being allowed to go to the emergency room. A widespread investigation has been launched into the incident. The IDF has stated that it, quote, denounces any incidences of violence and that any such events are dealt with harshly, end quote. In Israel, as well as in many other countries, kinetic impact projectiles, or rubber bullets, are a preferred tool for riot control for their effective but non-lethal results. But a new study authored in the United States has now concluded that these KIPs are not as safe as anyone thinks. After studying 26 scientific reports published between 1990 and 2017, and from Israel, Palestinian territories, the United States, India, Northern Ireland, Switzerland, Turkey, and Nepal, the researchers state that they, quote, find that these projectiles have caused significant morbidity or injury and mortality during the past 27 years, end quote. A total of 1,984 people have been reported to have been impacted by rubber bullets in this study, 53 of whom had died, that's 3%. Over 15%, or 300 people, were given a permanent disability as a direct result of their sustained injury. Blindness and removal of organs or sections of bowel was also prevalent. The study ended with the acknowledgement that they don't know of or offer an alternative, but only that, quote, given their inherent inaccuracy, potential for misuse, and associated health consequences of severe injury and death, KIPs do not appear to be appropriate weapons for use in crowd control settings, end quote.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.